Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of Today's Youth. And today we're joined live here at the studio by Mahmoud Kamel. He's a graduate of business administration, working in HR, and he has his own company as an entrepreneur. He will talk to us about entrepreneurship and HR. He will tell us more also about his hobbies, mountain climbing, hiking, and a lot other. Thank you very much for joining us, Mahmoud.
Thank you so much, Naveen. Pleasure being here with you.
My pleasure also. Mahmoud, I would like to start with talking about your education.
Yeah.
Why did you choose the business administration in specific, management, marketing, HR? Why this field in particular?
Actually, it started when I was undergrad still in school. I found myself, I love doing something. I want to work. I want to do something different. And I found that all of this stuff is in business management study. And that's why I chose to be in business management. I chose this study, started with it, and then I specified in business management, not in accounting or economics.
Right. Did you study also marketing?
Yes, it was in university as well.
Right. But your work is mainly in HR.
My specialty, yes, in HR, especially in the talent and performance.
Tell me more about your work in HR. How did it help you form your personality? How did your education in business management and consultancy help you form your personality and your
Sure, yeah, sure. It started that I love dealing with people and helping people. And in human resources, we have different functions and different things we can do with the employees. And in the talent and performance consulting, we deal with the employees before even they come to the company. And it starts with we settle the culture and the work environment for people that we want it to be a positive work environment. We want people to come to work and they love the place and love to work with those people, actually. So we start with this, settle the best working environment in this place, and then to be able to get the people to be a talent magnet for those people. Mm-hmm. And after that, we need to recruit the best people for this place. And after that, we need to train those people for the skills, because we hire people with great attitude. We don't change attitude. We can train any skills. And then we go for keeping those people and retaining them with us in the company. Mm-hmm. We can do this with a lot of things. But actually, this is the best thing. And after that, we need to make the performance well. So we need to be able to measure the performance for each and every title and each and every employee in the organization, and each and every position and each and every level. So according to this, we do some plans and strategies to improve the performance of the overall organization.
Right. You're also an entrepreneur. You have your own company.
Yes.
Tell me more about entrepreneurship, and would you advise young people, newly graduates, to have their own companies and be young entrepreneurs?
It depends. If they are imagining that it will be an easy thing, that I will have my own business, so I will do whatever I want and it will be something easy, this is not the right thing. If you have your own business, you will do extra work and you will be working more than anyone in your company. So if you are ready to do this and you are ready to work 7 days per week in the beginning to settle your business and to put the milestones for yourself, go for it. But it's not that I have my own business, so it will work automatically. This will not happen. So it depends what they are looking for and aiming for. It's a hard thing. And if you don't have your own business, it doesn't mean that you are bad or you're not good enough. Maybe you are the best thing that being number 2, not being number 1. So it depends what you are aiming for. Mm. But yet it has pros and cons like anything else.
Okay, right. I would like you to tell me what would you advise a young entrepreneur to do? I mean, what are the challenges that will face him? How can he deal with the different challenges on the ground? What are the very challenges at the beginning that he would be facing, and he would counter them and overcome obstacles and challenges at the very beginning of a startup or a project?
That's a very good question. I mean, actually, the first thing here in our market and on worldwide market, that everything is happening rapidly and everything is changing rapidly in the market, and that you need to make sure that you have the resources. You need to make sure that you have a business plan, and after that, you need to start working. You have persistence and continuous persistence. And to know that failure is one of the steps that you have to pass through. Not everything will be perfect all the time, even if you are having the best plan. So failure is one of the steps, is one of your milestones that you have to pass through to be able to continue. And that's why like 80 to 85% of the businesses fail in the first year or in the first 3 years, because they don't accept this failure. Okay, I failed, so I will close.
Right, and what about marketing? If you're starting a new project, what's the best way to market your project? Is it through social media or traditional media, or how do you reach the people?
Okay, based ground that it depends on what you are offering. Is it service or product, and what is this product? Are you serving only businesses, it's B2B, or you are serving to consumers, it's B2C? But now the social media is one of the most important platforms, yes, whether on the Facebook or Instagram or anything else. This is very important depending on what, who is your audience. You are targeting youth people, or you are targeting adult people. This will make you choose the platform that you are using.
Great. You also have a lot of hobbies that you told me about before the air. Tell me more about you're an adventurous person. You like mountain climbing, hiking. Tell me more about these hobbies.
Yes, I love actually the desert and anything related to desert. So hiking, that we walk in desert and between the mountains in safe places, of course, and we have tracks to go through. And after that, we go for camping. I have my tent. I go for camping in different places. And it's really, it's a magic. Whether we go in Fayoum, this is the nearest place we can go for, or we go to Siwa, or we go in Sinai, in different places actually, because Sinai for me it's the best desert in Egypt. It has different colors, it has different mountains. Everything there is different than the desert here in Cairo or in Fayoum. So I have my tent and everything related to campfiring. I even went to have desert navigation course to know how to deal with the desert and how to walk in the desert, how to know the directions in the desert, whether I have a compass or not, with the sun, with the stars and all those stuff. I went to have a course in the first aid, so maybe someone will be injured or something like this. So I found that this is really relaxing. It's adventurous. You depend on yourself. You do everything you want. Having a night, sleep at night in a tent in the desert is really something different that I encourage everyone to try.
Right. About camping in the desert and so on, how do you take the precautions? I mean, you're camping in the desert.
Yeah.
Tell me more about the precautions that you take before going on a camp.
Sure. First, we need to know where we are going, and we need to inform someone with the place we are going to, specifically with the coordinates. We'll be camping in this place.
Someone who is not going with you.
Exactly, yes. So if we are late or something bad happens, someone will be able to reach us. And in the camping, we choose a place to be safe, not full of rocks, to be sand, to put our tents in, away from the grass, because if there is a grass, so the probability of having a lot of insects or lizards or anything like this will be high, and you will be attacking them in their homes. So we go away from those areas. We choose we will not be on the top of a mountain, for example, because there will be a lot of wind at this place. We go down in the valleys to put our tent on. We use sticks for the tent, so not the tent to fly. And putting the tent and the direction of the tent will be whether it's in summer or in winter. It will differ actually, because whether you want wind or not, this will differ. And where you will put your fire, because we need fire for night. I will not put the fire, for example, it's here, and the wind will come and will get the fire on my tent. This will not be safe. I need to have my water supply and food supply and everything I will need at night. We put emergency plans for anything would happen. For example, we need to take more water, because in desert it's an open area place, so you will lose water more than being in the city, for example. So we need to take more water with us, but we need to have everything to be very small and to be used very smart with different usage.
Right, so you ensure the safety of the place before going.
Sure, of course.
It should be away of the grass so that you don't confront any
meet
snakes
any other creatures.
Right, great. A lot of safety precautions that has to be taken before going. Do you plan a week ahead or how long ahead?
It depends on the place we are going to, how far it is from our place.
From the center, or
did we go there before or not? So if, for example, I'm going with a group and I didn't go this place before, I have to go with myself first or with a friend to discover the place and discover everything, know everything, who would save us or help us in this place if we need any help. And after that, we can go. For a couple of days is enough if we went before, or 1 week if this is our first time.
Great. Mahmoud, we're going to go to this short break and we'll be right back.
Sure.
بحلم بالدنيا اللي مفيش فيها كره وغل، الشمس بتطلع فيها تنور قلب الكل.
الحب يكون هو لغتها والناس تستمتع بحياتها،
والخير يزيد ويفيض ويغطي حدود الأرض.
I dream a world where no one hates or holds a grudge.
Da fasto una fortissimo allora,
dove si vive per l'amore che riempie il tempo di colore.
любить и жить то, что дается свыше нам. نحلم بالدنيا اللي يعيش فيها ناس في سلام، ناس يفكروا في المستقبل يشوفوا القدام. الحلم بيلمع بعيونهم، مو فارقة لونهم ولا دينهم،
قابلين كل اختلافاتهم عايشين مع بعض.
أحلم بمكان الحب بيطرح فيه ويملاه، أحلم بمكان في كل اللي احنا بنتمناه،
وما نتحككش بأي ظروف، ونعيش من غير إحساس الخوف، مع عالم واحد كل الناس بتعيش جواه.
I dream of a world where love steers everything we do. I dream of a world where everything we hope comes true.
No obstacles will stand our way, no doubt or fear to chase away. One world at a time.
Welcome back and still with my guest, Mahmoud. We were talking about the desert, the camping, and I would like you to tell me more about camping in the desert. You go to Fayoum, right?
Yes.
Specifically.
Yes.
So it's Fayoum Desert.
Yes.
Tell me more about the safety of the desert in this area.
Okay, most people don't want to go to desert because they think it's not nice. They will not enjoy their time. And there are a lot of bad things there in the desert.
Snakes and so on.
For example, believe it or not, in my last 3 years being in the desert, I have never ever seen a snake in the desert. And there is no dangerous thing in the desert unless you have mistreated the place. If, for example, there is a hole in a cave and you are putting your hand in, maybe there is a snake inside. So you are going to its home. So you put yourself in dangerous situation. For example, if, for example, we are in the summer and you are walking between 12 to 3 p.m., this is the worst time to walk in the desert, even in winter. So accordingly, maybe you will lose a lot of water and you will feel fatigue. Accordingly, this was bad timing from me walking in the desert or hiking. And that's why some people say, I don't have any enjoyment in the desert. So we need first to learn some things, basics about the desert, that we never walk in sun between 12 and 3 or 1 and 4, depending on summer or winter. And we walk in good places we can walk in, not places full of rocks, for example, not to be injured and so on. So if you do the things you have to do and you took your precautions, everything will go well and you will enjoy your trip in the desert.
Great. Mahmoud, we're going to be having all your photos here full screen, actually. And if you would like to comment on them and tell us about your adventures in those places.
Yes, this was in Taba Canyons in Sinai. This was with one of the dogs there in Sinai. There is a lot of dogs. He became one of my friends, actually. It was very nice. This one, Ras Shitan. This was in Wadi Hitan Valley. It's inside Fayoum, actually. Wadi Hitan, that there are skeletons for the whales, and it's like 20 or 30 million years old, because way in the age, the whole earth was full of water, so there were whales and fish everywhere. So in this place there are a lot of skeletons in this area. This is back in Sinai as well. It was a hiking in one of the mountains. This one was in Ras Shaitan. It was hiking on the beach, between the beach and the mountains. It was very nice, and we had our tents on the beach, on the sand. Actually, it was
Great.
one of the most beautiful trips I had. This was a horse riding in the pyramids in Saqqara, and it was very nice. I love actually dogs, number one, and horse riding as a hobby. Actually, I love horses, and I raise dogs. I even in a street we save some dogs. If there is an injured dog or something like that, we take them to the doctor and we try to help them.
You take
much as
them
we-
to an animal shelter and
Yes.
so on.
We rescue
Great.
rescue them first, and then we take them to shelters.
Great. We still have some other photos for you.
Yes,
here.
this for with the horse riding as well. In Saqqara, in the pyramid area, behind the pyramids. This one in Fayoum, in Qatarani mountain, one of the most beautiful areas in Fayoum, that you are on a huge mountain and you see Qarun Lake in front of you. This one in Siwa with the Bedouin people there. They are very nice people, actually. It was in the middle of the desert, like 10 or 15 kilometers inside the desert. This one was on a mountain. It's called, I think, El Hitan Mountain, or the Whale Mountain, in El Hitan Valley. And down there you can see our tents, if you can see down there, the valley. This one was in Sri Lanka, actually. It's outside
nice.
Egypt, in
Yeah.
Asia, because I love nature, whether forest or deserts. I don't go for cities, actually. I love nature more. So when I go abroad for having fun, I go for Asia more.
You go Asia.
Yeah, I went for Sri Lanka, I went for Thailand. This one was in El Hitan Valley as well, at night. All those stars are real. This is not Photoshop. Those stars are real, actually, because we are 35 kilometers inside the desert. So we see a huge number of stars at that time. This was parachuting inside the airplane. And we are jumping from the airplane solo, and that's why we have training like 3 months before with authorized centers from the army with the airborne. And it was, because I love adventurous things, it was 1,000 meters height. Each and everyone jump solo from the plane. This one back from Sinai in Taba. I think it was going to in Taba, yes. In Taba as well, going to a place called Sarabit al-Khadim.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
know.
pharaonic
Yeah,
place
it's a
inside
pharaonic
Sinai.
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 3 hours walking.
Yeah.
This one back to Fayoum. It's a camp in Fayoum on Qatarani mountain. This one in Siwa with the imperial eagle. This eagle was called Diana, and we had a photo with it. This was in Sri Lanka, going down from the mountains using ropes.
Yeah.
This is Taba Valley as well, and canyons.
Well, I can see, Mahmoud, that you're multi-talented, multitasking with a variety of hobbies. Tell me, what are your plans for the future?
For the future, I plan to take this culture, and I had a page now for the camping and hiking.
Great.
And I would love to make people come with me and let's go discover the desert together. I want people to change their idea about the desert, that it's a bad and boring place, actually. And
Or dangerous?
And dangerous place,
Some
yes.
people, they scare the desert.
Yes,
so-
exactly. If you do things right, nothing will be scary or dangerous about it.
Right. A message from you, Mahmoud, to youth. What would you like to tell them? Deliver a message on persistence, perseverance for
Yeah.
achieving your goals in very brief.
Okay, I will tell them you need to discover what you love, you need to discover what you want, and go for it with persistence. And if you fail, this is nothing bad about you. This is one of the steps that you will have to go through. So continue and continue and continue.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Mahmoud
Naveen.
Kamel. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
And dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of today's Youth. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on RTV International.